Have you ever wondered? Who do you think fights against the unearthly beings that haunt our world? Who battles the creatures lurking in the shadows, keeping the darkness at bay? Well, that's me. My name is Zeke, and I'm an underworld bounty hunter. My clients find me on the dark web. They hire me to track down dangerous creatures and entities from the supernatural world. This is my story. My latest job took me to New Orleans. The client, who I only know as Shadow, needed me to find a rogue vampire causing chaos in the French Quarter. I arrived at night and started my hunt. The city was alive with the sounds of music and laughter, but I could sense the darkness lurking in the shadow. New Orleans had an eerie charm. The gas lamps flickered in the mist, casting long shadows that danced with the rhythm of the city. I navigated the dark streets, using my special equipment to track the vampire's energy. The mystical compass I carried glowed brighter as I got closer to my target. Its needle spun wildly, pointing me towards the heart of the French Quarter. The air grew colder as I approached a narrow deserted alley. The sounds of jazz and revelry faded, replaced by a chilling silence. My senses heightened. I knew I was close. My heart pounded in my chest, the thrill of the hunt driving me forward. I turned the corner and saw him. The rogue vampire was hunched over, feeding on an unfortunate victim. His pale skin gleamed under the moonlight, and his eyes glowed a menacing red. He noticed me and hissed, baring his fangs. Blood dripped from his mouth, and his eyes burned with a feral hunger. He moved with incredible speed, lunging at me with supernatural force. I barely dodged his attack, rolling to the side and drawing my silver dagger. The vampire snarled, his movements a blur as he came at me again. Our battle was fierce, each strike and counterstrike echoing through the empty alley. I slashed at him with my dagger, but he was too fast. His claws raked across my arm, drawing blood. Pain shot through me, but I gritted my teeth and fought on. I had faced worse than this. I had to remember my training, stay focused. With a swift move, I threw a vial of holy water at him. The glass shattered against his chest, and the liquid burned him like acid. He screamed in agony, his flesh sizzling and smoking. I seized the opportunity, plunging my dagger into his side. The silver blade pierced his flesh, and he howled in pain. The vampire staggered back, weakened but not defeated. He glared at me with hatred, his eyes burning brighter. He gathered his strength for another attack, but I was ready. I pulled out a pair of enchanted chains, forged with ancient magic to bind even the strongest of creatures. As he lunged at me again, I sidestepped and wrapped the chains around him. He struggled and roared, but the chains tightened, glowing with a blue light. He was trapped, his power contained. Battle was over. I contacted Shadow, letting him know I had captured the rogue vampire. Shadow sent a group of people who arrived shortly after. They moved with military precision, confirming the vampire's capture and securing him for transport. One of them nodded to me, indicating the job was done. "Your payment has been transferred," a voice said over the earpiece. I nodded, watching as they took the vampire away. The job was done. But I knew this was just the beginning. The dark web was filled with requests for bounty hunters like me, and the supernatural world was vast and dangerous. As I walked away from the alley, the sounds of the city slowly returned. Jazz music, laughter, the life of New Orleans. I had won this battle, but many more awaited me. As I reached the main street, my phone dinged with a new notification. Another job, this time in Brazil. I was ready for whatever came next.